Halo Combat Evolved is the first game in the Halo series. It was first released in 2001 for the original Xbox, but most players will play it today through the MCC on PC or their Xbox One. The game allows a great freedom with how you can approach every scenario given and rewards exploration of its mechanics. As such, I thought today I could take you through the game on Legendary and show you some cool stuff that you can do. And of course, we'll do it just the way that Bungie intended. Okay, so let's just jump on in. You don't actually have to walk up to Captain Keys to start the cutscene, you can just sort of like shimmy in and out here and then the game will teleport you forward.
Don't keep it loaded, son. You'll have to find ammo as you go.
If you're actually quick enough exiting the cutscene, you won't actually get the Magnum and skip a couple grunts, so you can just pick up the assault rifle. Don't worry, that's all we really need for this level. Most of the encounters on the Pillar of Autumn can actually be circumvented, either by just walking past them, or you can just run through the groups of enemies to tank their damage. In areas like this though, you're probably just better off lobbing some grenades. Halo CE's game engine is actually kind of weird. When the player intersects with an object, it has a really weird way of resolving that. As such, I'm going to abuse this principle and use this shield to clip into the ceiling. We can do some precise out-of-bounds platforming to get into this area here, and then if we snuggle up into this nook and then do a little bit of a movement left and right, we will clip into the maintenance tunnels and skip a huge portion of the level. The ending is just a couple grenades, and there we go, that's the Pillar of Autumn. We can skip the initial encounter on Halo here with just a little grenade jump. That just saves a little bit of time and some headaches since you only really have an AR and a plasma pistol to deal with the enemies. Trust me when I say I've got good reason for killing all the Marines here. Would you believe me if I told you everything I just did led to me deleting a dropship here? This whole encounter here can be circumvented with a Warthog flying into the wall, and since we're in combat, we won't get the unskippable cutscene here when we push the button. The game tells you you're supposed to save the Marines here, but you can actually kill the Marines in 2 of the 3 areas, so... Sadly, this last area you do actually have to save the Marines and clear the area, so yeah. And there we go, that's Halo done and dusted. I see a lot of complaints that Truth and Reconciliation is too difficult, but I'm here to tell you it really isn't, so we're going to do an impromptu tutorial here for y'all. You're going to start by hopping over this rock and sniping this elite, and then killing the jackal next to it. Reload your weapon, slap the magazine, and get ready to snipe the elite and the grunts that come out afterwards. We're going to use some grenades to clear out the jackals and grunts here, and then move on up. We're going to snipe the jackal and the grunt in front of us, throw a plasma to our left, and shoot the blue elite as it hops on down. And then we're just going to kill anything else in front of us. In this next area, we're going to snipe the elite, walk over and grab the camo, and then get set up for the lift fight. This isn't as daunting as you think, just time your nades with the enemies that comes down. My clear was a bit garish clean here, but you know, it's fine. Remember on Pillar of Autumn when I told you that the game doesn't like it when the player collides with an object? Yeah, we're going to abuse that to clip into this wraith and get into the ceiling.
Everybody's home.
Believe it or not, this isn't as easy as I make it look. The ceiling here isn't solid and you can fall through at any time, so just stick to the sides and you'll be all good. The hangar fight is also difficult, but we can just do a grenade jump to skip past it. I'm going to kill a couple Marines here as well. This is going to aggro Captain Keyes. In tandem with the grenade jump we did earlier, once I clear out the bridge, the level is just going to get a bit confused and then end. And now we're on to Silent Cartographer. I want to show you this trick on Silent Cartographer. It's one of my favorites. Hang on a second though, I just need to get to the bottom.
Don't let them lock the door.
Okay, here's the trick I wanted to show you. And there we go, that's Silent Cartographer. The OTCR is another one of my favourite missions. It's a bit long for me though, there's a bit too much vehicle combat, I kinda prefer on-foot gun sections, so I think I'm just gonna steal this Banshee and skip the level. Here's another interesting quirk of the CE engine. I'm going to perform what's called a Banshee teleport. In case you missed it, let me do it one more time for you. And that's AOTCR, done and dusted. You know, I don't really feel like seeing the Flood reveal today either. Hang on a sec. Believe it or not, the level end trigger is actually tied to these two friendly sentinels dying, so you can just help them along if you find a plasma pistol on your journey. Everyone hates the library, so I'm going to show you some things to like make it easier, such as this grenade jump at the beginning. This plasma rifle flood is what's called a reviver, so we're going to knock his arm off and then lead him to the first door. If we line him up in a certain way and then shoot him till he's dead, we can stand over his corpse and use his hitbox coming up to clip into the door. Hang on, I need a shotgun. Oh, I also need this overshield. And that's the first floor, done and dusted. And that's actually the hardest part of the level, believe it or not. We're supposed to wait at this door behind me for 40 seconds, but we can use a carrier to just sort of clip through the door. This door we're meant to wait at, we can just grenade jump through. If you get a reviver at this door, you can also use him to clip through. If you head to the right after Dark Door as well, you can jump in a certain way that skips a couple triggers that also deletes some spawns. Believe it or not, we're not going to do a flood bump through this door. Instead, I'm going to upwarp into the ceiling, jump into this light fixture, look at a certain spot, and then teleport on past it. And at the very last door, we can grenade jump through as it opens so that we can run to the end of the level before the enemies have spawned. But honestly, that's the hardest parts of Halo Combat Evolved done, so just sit back and relax and let me take you through the last couple levels.
for a walk in the garden and come back smelling all pretty. And I can see you feeling shitty, so I'm like, what's wrong, man? I don't mind if you tell me, just start following me around trying to smell me. The garden's down there, yeah. Go smell for yourself. This is some secondhand smell you dig. You talk too loud in the movies, would you please be a little bit considerate? You've had a bit too much to think. Something's on the blink, cause you got way too many dirty dishes in the sink. That's unhygienic, man. You're gonna get cockroaches, and cockroaches always lead to more cockroaches. Ew. You need fumigation or some hardcore in-depth self-investigation. Don't say it, man. Just do it while I curl up in this warm fluid. You talk too loud in the movies, would you please be a little bit considerate? You talk too loud in the movies, would you please be a little bit considerate? You talk too loud in the movies, would you please be a little bit considerate? You talk too loud in the movies, would you please be a little bit considerate? Stop. Look again. Something's looking at me through your eyeballs, and that certain little something might go bloom if you let it. But only if you let it. Don't forget it. Like, Ma, I need a towel. You let your kids use new towels around the pool? They're telling you, not a chance. But here's what fooled you: surf. You mean surf without the colors like this? Sure. Just look what it's done for the rest of my wash. But surely this is new. No, surf again. Super blue surf. Put some brightness on the line. You talk too loud in the movies, would you please be a little bit considerate? You talk too loud in the movies, would you please be a little bit considerate? You talk too loud in the movies, would you please be a little bit considerate? You talk too loud in the movies, would you please be a little bit considerate? There was this girl that I fell in love with, that I used to have a whole lot of fun with. We used to get up to all sorts of crazy stuff, but started digging her way too much. She freaked my chest in the worst way when she gave me sex for the first time on my birthday. Then boned some other cat a few days later. So for a while I was like, hate her. Yo, we cool now. She's in love with a good friend of mine. Everything chills out in time, but I always seem to fall in love with things I can't get. Maybe it's cause I don't know how to love properly yet. Always seem to fall in love with things I can't get. And I was like that. You talk too loud in the movies, would you please be a little bit considerate? You talk too loud in the movies, would you please be a little bit considerate? You talk too loud in the movies, would you please be a little bit considerate? You talk too loud in the movies, would you please be a little bit considerate?
Hey, it's been a while since I've uploaded a video, isn't it? Yeah, life's been... Yeah. So, I'm a lot more active on Twitch these days, as I find streaming is a lot easier to fit into my schedule at the moment than it is video making. So, if you want more of me, then you know where to find me. The links are down in the description, and hey, maybe look at some of the other stuff that's there too. Have a good day. Bye.